Well, welcome back to another auto vlog here, and we're just working on this new to me car, just doing some upfront maintenance on it before we do put any real mileage on it. And one of the things easy that a lot of people can do is an air filter. Here's the original air filter. The air goes this way, comes out this end. You should be able to see this is the same side, the intake side. Dirty one, new one. So these are inexpensive, easy to replace on most cars. While I'm in here, a thing I always like to do is take the airbox cover off and see if there's any debris down in the airbox wherever it's located, and then vacuum it out. In this case, it was fairly clean, but there was some loose grit and gravel and leaves and stuff that had gotten in here over time. I also took the intake boot off, and different cars is different styles, but and this one has, this is a intake muffler, so you don't hear the roar of the air going through there. That's just to make it quieter. But anyway, I also noticed it was a little dirty around this end that goes towards the throttle body, and when I took it out, maybe a teaspoon of oil kind of came out of here. Well, why that is right here. This is the breather for the crankcase ventilation, or one of the sides. Comes out of the front valve cover here. Well, anyway, how this all works, it's a closed system, so there's the valve or little orifice that comes up here, sucks the relieves the crankcase pressure and a little bit of the oil vapor and everything. And anyway, it condensed and collects in here. Kind of common on this model. That's a maintenance item. It's very cheap to replace, but although it's just some little orifices in a little metal can, so it can just be cleaned. But it's on the back side of the engine. It's easy enough for most people to do. Access is a little tricky, but it's not out of the realm of what someone that is at least a little handy. But what I'm going to do, clean this up, and then we're going to just put this back together. Nothing else is wrong here. And there's a vent tube that hooks onto right here, and then there's also this kind of hose that goes up to the intake manifold here, and then on the other end is what would traditionally be a Pcv valve, positive crankcase ventilation. This isn't. This just has some orifices in it. And focus here. I drilled it out just a little bit. Now mine wasn't plugged, and it wasn't even all that bad or clogged, but I thought it might be. But there was some crud in it. So this is kind of a periodic maintenance. This one probably hasn't been out. It goes down in the back cylinder there, and I'll get a close-up shot and insert it right here. But anyway, it just pulls out, but it can be kind of tough. I cleaned mine up. That's all you need to do. But you'll need to use, a pair of pliers or something and reach down in there. It's not fun, but it will come out, and then you can lightly pry the screwdriver with a screwdriver to get it out. Well, the next thing we're going to do here is change the rear differential oil. We're going to do the transfer case as well. It's done the same way. It's just not in an easy place to film. This is nice and out in the open. First, what we're going to do is we're going to take off the fill plug, and then that'll let it drain out quicker. And that really shouldn't be that tight. It doesn't need to be cramped on there. We'll see. We're on level ground here, so okay, none's dripping out. I like to stick my finger in it so I can feel the bottom of the, and I can. Yep. So it's not low, wasn't low or anything. Even though you can see a little bit, this seal looks like it might be weeping. So that's going to be a future repair, but it's not, it's not something that's immediate. We'll have to take that axle shaft off, but I'm going to put brakes on this eventually. So while I got the rotors off, we'll just take the spindle nuts off and pull that out, pull that seal, put a new seal in. Seals are less than $10 for that. And then we just pull the bottom plug here, and we'll let it drain out. Now you can do this hot or cold. I drove it a little bit, so we're a little warmed up here, and we'll look at it, and it doesn't look too bad. There's a little goop on the bottom of the plug here, but that's to be expected. But you know what? I don't see just a little bit of metal, but that's, I guess for the mileage, that's to be expected. This has been changed at least once in its life, so that's good. So we'll just let her drain out, and then we'll refill it, and I think it takes just over a quart. Alright. Pretty much done draining. We'll put that plug back in. Get our wrench. And we'll tighten it up. Again, like I said, just needs to be snug so it doesn't vibrate out of there. Then I can fill it up with some 7590 synthetic gear oil. And this can always be kind of a mess. They make little pumps for this that make it a lot easier. Alright, well that's about enough for this go around. We got the air filter changed, and we kind of cleaned up the intake tube, cleaned out the Pcv valve or system, made sure that's operating properly. We changed both the transfer case and the differential oils, and I got to drive it and then double check, because sometimes when you drive it, the oil gets into other places, and then you need to add just a little bit more to make sure to top it up as it runs out that plug there. But anyway, that's enough for this video or this vlog. Next time we're going to tackle a couple little nuisance maintenance items on this vehicle, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and get subscribed. You don't want to miss any future videos, especially on this vlog and my other content. So check out my website, Facebook page, I'm on Instagram, and sometimes I stream even on Twitch. So subscribe, and thanks for watching.